Westchester, New York. My name is Jonathan Cabrera, and I'm your local realtor with Coldwell Banker. Um, just a quick background. Um, I've been in real estate now for about 2 years. Um, Primarily just doing deals here in Westchester. I've done deals here in Yonkers. I've done deals in Greenberg, White Plains, Elmsford. Um, where else? Those are pretty much, I guess, the only places that I've done some deals at. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little background on myself. Forgive me if I'm being nervous. This is my first time doing video, and I'm not quite I guess comfortable yet doing videos. So as I do more of these, I guess you'll see more me being comfortable. Just kind of wanted to make a video real quick to, number one, engage with you, my followers, my viewers, and just kind of give you guys an update about the real estate market here in Westchester. My intentions are to kind of do one of these every single month, to give you guys updates every single month on, obviously, the real estate market, whether you're buying or you're interested in selling. I also want to make some weekly videos of either, what my day is like, and or doing interviews with local businesses, attorneys, title companies, and things like that, so everybody can kind of get a feel of how the real estate world kind of works, and also to kind of give you some cool places to go to and eat or have some fun with your family around your town. To jump right into it, let's talk about real quick what the projections are. This is going to be projections like on a national level, as far as the real estate market goes, and appreciation for anyone who's interested in selling their home. Now, currently the appreciation on a national level, it's at 5%, which means that compared to last year and the years before that and the years prior, right now, if you suggested you wanted to sell, your excuse me, your appreciation for your house would be up 5% compared to last year and the previous years. Now, that's a big thing because, again, the projections and the predictions are that moving forward, you're going to see a 4% increase for next year. 4%, I guess it would be a decrease, right? Because we're 5% now, so 4% decrease next year for 2018. And 2019 and 2020 and 2021, we're going to see just a flat, no change, 3% increase for your house, well, 3% appreciation for your house. So excuse the increase decrease. So next year, 2018, you'll be at a 4% appreciation for your house, as opposed to 2017 we're at 5%. 2019, 2020, and 2021 will be at a 3% appreciation for your home. So this, ideally, it makes more sense to sell now because obviously you're going to get the most appreciation. Argument is, now I tend to like to give two sides of the story. So for me, this goes just personally for me, so I'm going to digress a bit. For me, before I even cast a judgment on anything, I like to look at things from the third side of the coin. So there's the head to tail, and then there's the middle, right, and the edge. I preferably stay on the edge because I like to see both sides and then draw my conclusion from there. So this is the reason why I say this is because we see a 5% increase now. There's going to be a 4% appreciation next year, 3% the year after, and the year after, and the year after. Now, collectively, what is that? We're at 5, 9, 9, we're at 18 total. So if you decided you wanted to wait till the year 2021, ideally it'll pretty much, you're at a collective 18% appreciation. So Are you really gaining more now versus next year? The choice is yours. You determine that and make that decision on your own. However, for right now, compared to last year, your house has appreciated by 5%. So this year would be the most it'll appreciate by. Again, draw your own conclusion. Over the years, in New York, right now we've seen a 7%. This is the actual appreciation for New York. Now, this is New York as a whole. Again, I'll get into Westchester, but I just kind of want to get into the overall idea of how the real estate market is right now. So for New York, we've seen a 7% appreciation thus far. So it's a good thing, right? Your house has appreciated well over what the national prediction is. So you're ideally at a 7% appreciation. So if we take 7% this year, 4% next year, 3% the next 3 years after that. So we're at 20. You're at 20% total come 5 years from now of appreciation. So again, you can look at it whichever way you decide. However, that choice is yours. Westchester, let's get right into Westchester. Let's discuss what the inventory is looking like in Westchester. Since 2015, in Westchester as a whole, it's been 14,624. That's what it was in 2015. Now, if we look at 2016, we were down about 2% from that for a total of 14,360 homes that were for sale in 2016. Now, we look at this year, we're talking from October, right? Because we're in September, we haven't done all the numbers yet for September yet. So since August, our homes for sale have dropped 4% since 2016, and we're at 13,773 homes that were for sale. Now, as a seller, that I don't see how that might be of an interest to you personally. However, if you are actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. It should affect you, because if you have been thinking about selling and you're not quite sure whether right now is the time to do so, the answer is yes. Right now is the time to do so, because you kind of see from 2015 to now the number of homes that have been for sale have been just dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. Now, that means that should you decide to go on the market now, you would have no competition, none whatsoever. It'll just be you and your house, which means that you can get pretty much your house for what you're asking, assuming that you list the house properly, right? Now, if you're on the buying side, what does this mean for you is that you don't have much houses to choose from, and that's the problem that we've been facing. Looking at existing home sales, right? In 2015, we had 4,979 homes that were for sale. 2015. Again, we're talking August because we don't have the numbers for September yet. So 4,979 homes were listed August 2015. This is all year, right? So from August 2014 to August 2015, it was 4,979. Now from August 2015 to August 2016, we were down 5%, and we're at 4,717 homes that were listed August 2015 to August 2016. August 2016 to 2017, we're down 16%. That's a huge, huge drop. That's 3,948 homes were listed from August 2016 to 2017. That just means you can sell your house pretty quick, and I'm going to get to that because I'll let you know some information in a few minutes on what I just said about you could possibly sell your house pretty quick. Guys, our inventory is low and we need houses. There are a ton of buyers that are out looking for your houses. I know because I'm dealing with them. Now, let's get into sales, right? What have we been selling from 2015 to now? What are the numbers? What's everything looking like? And you're going to be surprised about this. So 2015, again, I'm going to reiterate this because I just want to make sure that I'm clear so we have an understanding. We're talking August numbers. We're not talking September numbers. We haven't gotten those yet. I'll get that to you in October, what our September numbers are looking like. So, August 2015, for that year, we sold with the pending sales, which were houses that went under contract. It was 4,979 houses went under contract, right? 2016, we went up 4,717,000. So we dropped a little bit for 2016 in terms of houses that went under contract. However, for 2017, we went up almost 2%. We went houses that went under contract was 6,216 homes went under contract in August of 2017. So we see no inventory because you saw the numbers are low, right? We went down 16% on houses that came on the market, but our sales have increased almost 2%, right? For 6,216 homes that went under contract. That right there tells you there's an imbalance. There's a lot of people who want to buy, but there's not enough homes to sell. And it tells you that the houses that are on the market are selling. Now let's get into what houses actually, or the amount of houses that actually closed year after year. 2015, we got 8,613 houses that closed. 2015. 2016, we increased that by 10%. We got 9,494 homes that closed 2016, right? 10% increase. 2017, we have a 2% increase of 9,638 homes that closed. See the issue here? All the closed sales are going this way. Our inventory sales are going this way. If you think about selling, right now it's time to do it because everybody wants to buy your house. If you're thinking about buying, the problem with this is now that there's a lot of people out trying to buy houses, not enough inventory, so you're going to have to act quick on it. You can't just say, oh, well, maybe I'll go down the street and see, or maybe I'll try this town or this town, I don't know. If this house is the one that you like and you really are thinking about it and could potentially buy that house, right? If you make the right offer to it, then you need to make that offer on that house because there's more people who might be interested in that house, so you might end up losing it and they might have to wait another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before you find another house that you may like. So you have to act quick if you're in the buying market. Here is what I wanted to get to because this will just make everything come together and make more sense for you. Whether you're buying or selling, this is going to make more sense for you. The days on the market. Here we go for 2015, right? 64 days on the market before a house closed. Or rather, before the house went under contract, because closing is a long step. So it took 64 days, what's that? 2 months and 4 days before a house went under contract. 2015. 2016, we went 57 days, so we went less, right? We're pretty much the same thing, 2 months, roundabout. However, it was 57 days, so it's less than 64. 2017, 49 days for a house under contract. That means if your house was priced right and priced accordingly based on what the market is saying right now, you either had an offer right away within a couple days, couple offers, and or you had a bidding war on your house. So on the selling side, yeah, we priced the house right for you, and we discussed what could be the best price for the house and what the marketing plan is. Every agent has their own different types of marketing plan. At the end of this, I'll leave my information and everything. You can give me a call. We can discuss what my marketing plan is for your house. But the days on market has been decreasing every single year for the last 3 years. There are a lot of people that want to buy. These people are serious. They're making these offers. They're putting it on the contract quickly, so you could sell your house fairly quick. For the buyer, what this means is you're gonna have to act quick. it hurts me to say that in a sense because I don't want you to, to jump into a house for the sake of jumping into the house because you're afraid that you might not find something else. Believe me, I know what you're going through because I, who, was on your side at one point as well. I know what that feels like. But I personally don't want you doing that. I would much rather go the distance with you. I mean, let's go 6, 7 months, 8 months. Let's go a whole year trying to find your house. I would rather go that distance and get that house for you that you like and really want to live in it, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm just going to settle because the market is not there. There's not enough inventory. This is the one that I want, and I'm just going to settle. I would rather you not do that. I'd rather you go the distance. However, if it is the house that you want, and you really want to live in this house, and you can see this being a dream home, we're gonna have to act quick. We're gonna have to make a good, solid offer. We're gonna have to, discuss what can we do to determine what the best offer would be. But we're gonna have to act quickly because interest rates right now are low. They're predicted to go up. I've been telling all of my buyers and who are potential buyers and the sellers that, look, if you're deciding that you want to buy something, I've been telling them, look, do it now. I can send you some contacts for mortgage brokers or banks and things like that to discuss what the interest rates are for you and how much you can afford. I tell them to do it now because right now the interest rates are at 3.8%, or 3.8, 3.86, things like that. So it's around 3.8, 3.9 is where they're at, right? They're low. At the beginning of the year, I don't know if you knew, but it went up to almost 4.5. It was at 4.2, 4.3, somewhere around there at the beginning of this year. So it has decreased since last year. Last year we was around the 3% mark, and we came up every single day, every single quarter. We went up a bit. At the beginning of this year, we was at 4, almost 4.5. By May, we kind of almost reached 4.5, and we went back down. So we're at 3.8, 3.89. 3.8, 3.9, around there is where we are. This means that if you, right now, if you will get a mortgage, you can probably, let's just use numbers real quick, you could probably afford, a $3,000 home at a 3.8, 3.9 interest rate. Your monthly payments may be, $1,500 a month. This is just to throw numbers at you. I don't know if that's correct or not, but this is just me throwing numbers at you. Now, if we wait till next year where the interest rates are predicted to go up to 4, 4.5, even 5, by the end of next year, that $300,000 home, you might not be able to afford it anymore because now the payments might be, $2,000, $2,500, maybe even $3,000. So this is why I say right now is the time for you to buy and or sell, because if you're selling, potentially you're going to need some other place to live, right? So you're probably going to end up buying as well. If you're buying, right now is the time to do it because the interest rates are low. This is the first time buying, interest rates are low. And you will get the better deal. I'm going to talk to the buyers for a second, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. The myth, I guess, or the scare is that, I don't have enough to put down, I haven't saved enough, I need to save more money, and that probably is going to be the one thought that's going to stop you from actually pursuing this, buying your home this year and waiting till next year and getting that higher rate. The truth is, you don't need 20% down to buy a house. You don't need 15, you don't need 10. 3 to 5% will do. There's banks out there that will lend you a 3 to 5% down. Right? 3 to 5% isn't much. It's not a lot. You don't have to save much. You probably could do it with $10,000, $18,000, depending on what the purchase price is. 3 to 5% down will be enough. So you probably have enough money saved already to get that home that you want. And credit score might be a little thing that's stopping you. The truth is, there is 52% of the people that are buying today, they're in between the 600 and the 750 credit score bracket. That's where they are. And most of the people, I would think, who are first-time home buyers and are afraid that they don't have enough to put down or their credit score isn't enough, you're probably in the 600 to 680 range anyway. So you're you can buy the house. They are lending you money for that house in that credit score range. Right now, if you're, in the low fives, then sure, we might have an issue, but then we could probably potentially find a lender for you that will lend to that credit score, right? Because there's other things that come into play. There's what your payment histories are, how late were you, if you were late, are you consistent, things like that. So your past may or may not affect your future. Now, that's pretty much it. There was a quick video. I went into real quick, just in short. I told you the inventory is low and what that meant for you, the buyer and the seller. The fact that the inventory is low for the seller, it means you have no competition and you could potentially sell your house pretty quickly. We saw that there's 49 days on the market before the house goes under contract. So you can sell your house pretty quickly. As a buyer, the inventory low means you don't have enough there's not enough homes for you to search. So you're going to have to make a quick decision, and also, be it with me or your other agent, we're going to have to sit down and discuss what's the best offer for you to make in order for you to secure that home. We discussed interest rates and how right now they're at 3.8, 3.9, and what that meant for you to buy and the seller, that really this is the time to buy because the interest rates are so low and they're predicted to go higher by next year. And what else did we discuss? We discussed also the sales and how all the sales has been going up while the inventory has been going down. That just proves that there's a lot of people out there that want to buy houses, and that they're serious to buy houses. They have the funds for it. They have the pre-approvals for it. This is our job to make sure that these people are qualified. And if you're not qualified to buy the home, then we will get you to that step. Right? These are the conversations we need to have. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, we need to have this conversation. And how can I, the realtor, your local realtor, how could I help you with your decision on what it is that you want to make, whether it be a buy or sell? That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do, is help you make the best decisions for you and your family. Because ultimately, this is going to be a big decision that you have to make for you and your family, and it could, either affect you in a good way or in a bad way. It depends. But it's my job to make sure that I give you the proper information that you need to make that decision. And that's it, folks. That's the end of it. Real quick, I know I just finished the video, but I have my son here. He actually just woke up. So I wanted to say that if you wanted this update for your specific town, so let's say Yonkers, Ardsley, White Plains, New Rochelle, Mount Vernon, wherever your town is, if you wanted this specifically made for you and your town, I can do that for you and give you this on a monthly basis for you. I'll give you what the absorption rate is. Now, absorption rate, that just means whether you're going to buy or seller's market. That'll give you that information. And I'll do pretty much the same exact thing, where I'll give you interest rates, market, days on markets, how the inventory is doing, and all right, are you gonna go? And what's your market look like? I can tailor it specifically made to you and your current town. All I ask is you will just send me an email, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or just send me an email and subscribe. Comment below and let me know, and I'll make sure that I'll get that for you on a consistent monthly basis. Again, thank you for your time. My name is Cabrera. I'm your local realtor.